Right, this is AP Macro 2015 FRQ, question number 2. Let's get to it. It says Country X and Countrywide are trading partners. They both produce furnaces and solar panels. The countries can produce the following amounts of solar panels and furnaces with equal resources, okay? Equal amounts of resources. So what this is what's called an output problem. Output problems are the standard problem that AP throws at us. It's not the only problem, but it's the one they throw at us most often. It's a situation where the inputs are fixed and the outputs are varying. I think it's probably the easier type of problem to handle. There is another type of problem, I just want you to know, it's called an input problem. That's where they fix the outputs and they vary the inputs. Guys, when you get those type of problems, you just need to pause for a second because you got to handle those a little bit differently than you do output problems. But again, this is an output problem. I think it's pretty straightforward. Let's get to it. 2A, which country has the absolute advantage in producing solar panels? Guys, when it's absolute advantage, it's just talking about who is better, right? Given the same amount of resources, who can make more? That's the big key, right? So given the same amount of resources, we know they're given the same amount of resources for these outputs. Country Y can make 12, country X can make 8, country Y can make more, country Y has it for solar panels, okay? So that was a pretty straightforward question. If they ask for an explanation, guys, when we do absolute advantage, we want to focus on the resource usage, we would just say country Y can make more solar panels than country X given the same amount of resources. Now again, we know absolute advantage is not what trade is based on. Trade is based on comparative advantage. And when we do comparative advantage questions, we want to focus on opportunity cost. Absolute advantage, focus on resource usage. Comparative advantage, focus on opportunity cost. All right, B. Calculate the opportunity cost of furnaces in country Y. Okay, so I'm going to grab country Y right here, and it's an output problem, so it's basically they've given us the opportunity cost, right? We already know when country Y makes 6 furnaces, they give up, so I'm putting a negative sign, 12 solar panels. Guys, that is the opportunity cost. So we already have the opportunity cost. We put it like this in this proportion form, and then what we're going to do is just reduce it, right? We're just going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 1 because we want to get it in terms of 1 furnace. So again, this is opportunity cost. We're just doing proportions. Divide both by 6. We get 1 furnace, negative 2 solar panels. Guys, that gives us the opportunity cost. When country Y makes 1 furnace, they give up 2 solar panels. Now guys, this is the answer, but I would go ahead and write it out in long form, right? When country Y makes 1 furnace, they give up their opportunity lost, i.e. their opportunity cost, is 2 solar panels. Moving on to C. Which country has the comparative advantage in producing furnaces? Explain. Okay, so we've already got the opportunity cost for furnaces for country Y. Let's do it for country X. So I'm going to put country X. Grab this data. We already have opportunity cost, right? 6 furnaces minus 8 solar panels. Now, guys, I'm always in the habit when I'm given a comparative advantage question to getting things down into one of a good, right? I want to get this in terms of 1 furnace to see the opportunity cost. So for country X, I want to get it down to 1 furnace to see the opportunity cost so that I can easily compare. So I got 1 furnace and 1 furnace. What's interesting about this problem is, guys, we can actually just look right here. 6 furnaces, 6 furnaces. I don't have to get it in terms of 1 because they've already got it in terms of the same amount of units of furnaces, right? We already know when country Y makes 6 furnaces, they give up 12 solar panels. When country X makes 6 furnaces, they give up 8 solar panels. Country X has the lower opportunity cost when they make furnaces. However, I'm going to go with just the standard way I always do it. I want to get it in terms of 1 furnace, just makes it really easy also for me. Guys, we already know the answer. It's country X. They have the lower opportunity cost. But reducing this, we're just going to divide both by 6 again. We're just going to do proportions. So again, we have 1 furnace, right? So divide this by 6, and I get 1 furnace. Divide the 8 solar panels by 6, and I get a negative 1 1/3 solar panels. So again, we see what we already knew. Country X has the lower opportunity cost when they make furnaces. When they make 1 furnace, they give up 1 1/3 solar panels. When country Y makes 1 furnace, they give up 2. Country X has it, and the reason, the explanation is they have the lower opportunity cost. And guys, it's not bad to actually use the data in the problem, right? They give up 1 1/3, they give up 2. But the key that the grader is looking for is the term opportunity cost that you know comparative advantage is based on that. Moving on to D. if the terms of trade were 2 furnaces are exchanged for 1 solar panel, so let me put that down, 2 furnaces, 1 solar panel. This is our terms of trade right there. If that was the terms of trade, should country X produce solar panels domestically or import solar panels from country Y? Okay, so here's the idea, okay? Country X has the comparative advantage for furnaces. So we know, as people who do these types of problems, right, country X has it for furnaces. They should produce furnaces, right, specialize in furnaces, sell the furnaces for solar panels, i.e. import solar panels. Okay, but we don't want to just run, go, oh, well, they should import solar panels and write an answer. They gave us a terms of trade. We need to figure out if this terms of trade is beneficial or not for country X. Okay, so again, we know that in typical comparative advantage problems, guys, country X has the comparative advantage for furnaces. They should produce furnaces, specialize in furnaces, and import the other good, which would be solar panels. That is true. But since they gave us a terms of trade, we want to see if that terms of trade is beneficial. Now, since I've already got this in terms of 1 furnace, I'm going to get the terms of trade in terms of 1 furnace. So let's divide both of these by 2. Okay, so 1 furnace. Remember, I'm just dividing both by 2, just doing proportions here. 1/2 solar panel. So here's the idea, guys. Without trade, okay, country X could just not make 1 furnace and could produce 1 1/3 solar panels, okay? So let me say that one more time in a little bit more language here. Right now, without trade, so producing domestically, country X could divert the resources needed to make 1 furnace and use those resources and make 1 1/3 solar panels. So again, it cost country X 1 furnace to get 1 1/3 solar panels. Or they could trade. And what could they do with trade? They could again specialize in furnaces, make a furnace, and then sell it for 1/2 solar panel. Guys, what would you guys rather do? Would you rather make a furnace and sell it for 1/2 solar panel, or use the resources used to make 1 furnace and make 1 1/3 solar panels? And the answer is, this is the better deal. So in this particular question, we should not trade. We should produce domestically because that terms of trade was not beneficial to country X. Hope that made sense to you. We'll see you in the next question.